Hi there, welcome to another one of my Top Line Trends segments. Today I brought you the latest things from my newsletter so that you will know exactly what is new and happening in the world of food. Starting out at this end, we have goat milk and goat milk ice cream, which there's a few reasons why this has become popular. One, and the most important one, is that it's really easy to digest. So a lot of people who have lactose issues or other tummy troubles have been trying goat milk and having great success with it. Another is that people who are really into natural foods love the fact that goats are often fed a really lovely diet and are out on the free range, and it's become really popular with people who are purists that way as well. The goat ice cream sounds kind of odd, but I have to tell you, this strawberry one is actually very delicious. It almost has like a sour, creamy type flavor. If you like goat cheese, that little bit of tang, it's right there in the finish of the ice cream. So highly recommend you give it a try, but don't cook with it. I made pudding with some goat milk and it was foul. So drink it cold, eat it cold, be careful. Popcorn. Popcorn's always been a whole grain, but now people are aware of it, and it's becoming the new chip. You know, it has a healthier halo than potato chips. So we're seeing kettle corn, we're seeing Fahrenheit 478, which is the temperature actually that corn pops at. It's this line of popcorns that come with like Indian flavors and all kinds of fabulous caramel and sesame seed combos. So look for more popcorn snacks. And since the economy has not been so fabulous, seafood is still in, but bivalves, the mussels, the clams, they are becoming what were the unsung heroes are becoming the popular menu items both at restaurants and at home, because you can still have seafood without having to spend $20 per person when you buy these things. Another thing that is back in style because of the economy are casseroles. This is a classic tuna casserole. It's actually a recipe from my last book, Dana's Top 10 Table. Casserole dish sales soared in January and February, not just because it was cold weather, but because when faced with an economic crisis, people go back to what they know. They know that mom used to make casseroles when budgets were tight. So look for more casserole recipes. I know lots of food companies are rolling them out. Another oldie but a goodie that's back is lard. Lard, because of a book called Fat that came out recently that won many awards, lard is kind of back in fashion, and it's fabulous always for making really flaky pie crust, but we're also discovering that it's not as bad for us as, say, our hydrogenated margarine or whatever, and so people are using bacon fat and goose fat to cook with now again, and that's all related to this lard and animal fat trend. Something light and pretty after those two heavy things are macarons. That's the French word for macaroon. And unlike a macaroon cookie that we might be familiar with in North America, these are 2 layers of meringue with a nice little frosting style filling in the middle. They're light, they're crunchy, and Pierre Hermé in Paris has made basically the pillar of his fame is that he makes macarons in dozens, maybe even hundreds of different flavors, from sweet like these ones to even some that have savory components. And what's new is that now we are seeing these turn up in nice bakeries here in Canada. I got these in Thornhill, you can get them downtown, and I understand Montreal and Vancouver are also having a macaron frenzy. Pie is the new cake. Now, I love cake, but I also love pie. It's great to see pie back. And again, it's this harkening back to sort of the retro. I think it also has something to do with the fact that fruit is so abundant in a pie. And although it's fruit with sugar, it's still fruit. And we're getting wonderful pies coming out. And there was a pie day. Bloggers are celebrating every year now the 11th day of March, which is, 3.1, the 14th day of March, which is 3.14, has become official pie day in the blogosphere. So if you want to find great pie recipes online, Google 3.14, believe it or not. This summer, you're going to see these little doodads everywhere. They're being carried by National Grocery Chain. These are cedar grilling sheets. And what you do with them is you soak them in water or beer or juice, a mixture of, say, lemon juice and maple syrup and water would be fantastic. And then you wrap them around a piece of salmon, a piece of chicken, and tie them up, and you cook them right on the grill. So you're smoking the food and you're cooking with indirect heat, but you're not having to deal with all those messy smokers and all that kind of stuff. So really fun and a really interesting way to get some new grilling things going on. So that's what's happening with Top Line Trends. You can get more on my blog, Dana McCauley at WordPress.com, every Tuesday when I do Top Line Trends Tuesday.